After the Reignited trilogy was delayed from September to November, I decided to play through the 3 original Spyro games for a second time this year. But despite my unrelenting love for the series, each time I play through there's always those certain levels, challenges and enemies that wind me right up. Immediately I will say that I just don't like speedways, and I hate them the most when I don't know where to go. And to me, there's no better example of a speedway like this than the first of the entire series. Sunny Flight is the first thing I do when I start Spyro the Dragon each time, just to get it out of the way. The level loads and you're flying towards a train, but you have those shiny chests over there and the archer's not much further away. I don't know where to go. It always takes me at least 2 tries and it never feels like I've got it right, just lucky. I know this tunnel in Misty Bog is notorious, and for good reason. You try to do it quick, you die. You try to do it slow, you die. You can't win. Who would have thought the frogs of all the beasts in this game would be the toughest? I've never really had troubles with treetops, but this last playthrough, it really did annoy me. So this crazy supercharge run you need to do to get the Red Thief. Not bad when you know what you're doing, but if you mess it up, the walk of shame back to the top of the supercharge ramp is annoying. The first time I tried it, I bonked on the roof of this hut and fell down. The second time I made it fine, but I'd forgotten to activate the Red Thief so he wasn't even up here. And the third time I got it right. Compared to the other 2 games, Spyro 1 keeps it simple, which gives me less to gripe about, and I must say that this was the playthrough that really clicked with me, and I enjoyed it more than the other 2 games this time. Moving on to Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer, I would consider this my favourite of the 3, and it is the one I've played the most, so I don't know if that's the reason why I find the annoyances in this game more annoying, because I've done them so many times, or if this game actually is my favourite at all. Anyway, first up is the Fish Challenge from Idle Springs. I don't remember having so much trouble with this as a kid. Actually, I do. I remember feeding the Idlehead redfish all the time and wondering why that would make him regurgitate the orange and blue fish, but it didn't annoy me then as it does now. Sometimes it's fine, the blue and orange fish come regularly and they jump high enough that it's easy, but specifically this last time playing, it was taking so long for the fish to come, and the majority of good fish would jump too low. Another one I liked as a kid but hate now is the ice hockey in Colossus. It feels like half the time Spyro doesn't pick up the puck when it's right there, and the way he controls on the ice makes me want to pull my hair out. All of that pales in comparison to the challenge in Hurricourse where you have to turn on that power generator. Not only do you have the tedious task of replacing these power balls, but every now and then these blue bastards come and try and steal them. Chase them, flame them, and get back to replacing the balls, before the alarm goes off again and you have to do the same another time. And another time, and maybe even another time. Ugh. Fracture Hills, as well as being grossly offensive to the ears, has another 2 frustrating challenges. Firstly, guiding this bumbling idiot of an alchemist safely around these Earthshapers is one of the most notorious parts of this game that drove everyone crazy as a kid. How did this guy get to be so smart as to come up with a magical, unconcreting potion, but can't figure out that all he has to do to get to Hunter is go left from the start? He's right there! And then when Hunter is free, you have to help him get rid of these rocky cocks once and for all. The reason I don't like this one is because you have to be quick, but the head bash is such a slow move. But you also have to be precise, because if you're not close enough to the centre of the Earthshaper, you'll sort of slide off and he can get up and have a good chuckle about it. And for whatever reason this means we have to start over. I hate Dragon Shores. The challenges are fun enough, but I wish there were more of them, instead of having to do each of them 3 times. And for what? To earn 10 tokens so that you can visit the cinema and watch all the cutscenes you've already seen? They could have at least put a bonus cutscene in here or something. Let's look at Spyro Year of the Dragon now, or Spyro 3 as I like to call it. And more of my Speedway wars. You now have races against the locals. You fly around the level making sure to hit every ring, and you must hit these power-up stars if you want any chance of winning. It can be stressful, and sometimes it feels like the game simply cheats with its adaptive difficulty setting. These races can be frustratingly difficult or tediously easy, but one thing they are not is fun. At least there's only 4 of them though. But 4 is the unlucky number for Spyro 3, because there's also 4 different skateboarding areas in this game. Sunny Villa, Enchanted Towers, Lost Fleet, and the Super Bonus Round all have their own set of challenges related to the horrible skateboarding mechanics of this game. A dragon on a skateboard? Who comes up with this stuff? Killing the lizards is fine, I guess, but when we start getting into doing tricks to beat Hunter, or to gain boost, which is absolutely necessary to win these races, I want to scream. During the skate off with Hunter in Enchanted Towers, I often found that the tricks I was trying to do weren't being counted as such, like a twisted lime only counting as backflips or something. And during the races, the tricks often sent me flying off the track, and when I would land them, not even registering the correct tricks, leaving me almost boostless. The final race against the Yetis in the Super Bonus Round is on another level though. One mistake, one missed boost star, one time that the game doesn't register your tricks, or that one time where you're just unlucky and the race is ruined. Sheila's challenge in Spooky Swamp is like the Alchemist challenge from Fracture Hills with the frustration cranked up to 11. Not only do you need to guide 2 fireflies along a treacherous route, but the path they take is completely illogical. They often weave and wander in the complete wrong direction, straight into one of the waiting boulders or mushrooms. Who decided these guys should be in charge of the bombs? Frozen Altars features 2 minigames that I can't stand. Firstly, the Yeti boxing with Bentley. Now I will say I love Bentley. I love his personality, and out of all the extra playable characters in this game, I find his normal gameplay the most fun. Smashing things with that big club of his is so satisfying. But for some reason we now get to partake in a boxing match against another Yeti. Not only are the controls awkward, it feels like the game just does not want you to win. When you throw a big punch, the game will throw a quick jab. When you throw a quick jab, the game will block. The only reliable way to win this is to trap your opponent in the corner and spam the quick punch, and that method doesn't even always work. Next in Frozen Altars is the cat hockey. Not much to say about this one. The goal is to freeze 5 cats and shoot them into your goal before the other guy can do the same. The problem I have with this one is, not only are we sliding around on ice again, which I hate, but the frozen cats can bounce off each other and make it so hard to actually get them where you want them to go. I don't like Agent 9. His mechanics feel awful, and there isn't a level in the game that I enjoy playing with him, but especially so in Fireworks Factory. Not only do you have to do this in a first-person perspective, but in this mode the controls are so sluggish that I find myself taking damage from the same enemy twice before I can swivel the camera around to shoot them. And to make it worse, when you do get to the end, you have to do it all over again in the opposite direction. Finally, let's talk about the tank game in Haunted Tomb. The first one is okay, and I say it like that because it's just clinging on to being okay, because you only need to destroy 4 tanks. But part 2, where you must destroy 10 tanks, yes, 10 tanks, is ridiculous. As well as the bad guys being able to hide and blend into the background, I often find myself surrounded by 3 enemies all firing at me from different directions, and unfortunately this tank handles, well, like a tank, making it very difficult to survive given you can only take 4 hits. And also parts of the wall are missing in places, which you can slide off if you're not careful enough, resulting in instant failure. The only way I get through this challenge is to take out the close tanks first without taking too much damage, and then try to find the right angle to get the other enemies from a distance, so I don't need to engage with them. It's difficult and annoying and not fun at all. So those are the things I hate about a trilogy I love. I am really excited to play the Reignited trilogy, and I wonder if Toys for Bob will change any of these challenges in such a drastic way that they are completely different from the originals, or whether they will just fix a few things to make them more fluid and fun to play. Maybe I'll make another video after I've played it to see if my feelings towards the things in this video have changed, or maybe just about my thoughts on their work overall, remastering my favourite games.